the following that those who he has health sciences. Terry.
Hello, my name is Holly Ackerman. I am the elementary math instructional coach for Young Community Schools, and I have the pleasure of walking you through the Eureka Math curriculum for all of you awesome and wonderful childcare providers. So I'm going to talk to you in this short video about what is Eureka Math and what is a module? And oh, we have some visual models. What is the need for these visual models? How can I support students learning with these with mathematics? And what are the materials I should be looking out for in a day-to-day basis? So let's talk about Eureka Math. Eureka Math is the curriculum that Young Community Schools use. It's aligned with the Common Core state standards. The cool thing about Eureka Math is it was written by a team of teachers and mathematicians, and then it was published through Great Minds. And they really took into the progress of learning with students all the way up from preschool, all the way up into 12th grade. And really the goal of Eureka Math is to have students become fluent mathematicians. And how are we going to do that? Well, through Eureka Math, we really instill this deep conceptual understanding. We want to develop problem solvers. We want students to understand the why of mathematics. And we really want to build students into learning how to think, learning how to strategize, and learning how to solve real world problems. And not just worried about the answers. Oh, I got the answer. Well, how did you solve it and what was your thinking behind it? That's where we want to be when we're talking about mathematics and building those fluent mathematicians. So in order to build those fluent mathematicians, Eureka Math uses a lot of visual representations and visual models to help students with their thinking. And these visual models help them understand deeply into the context of the word problems. And so starting up in kindergarten on the left-hand side where we have number bonds over here, that's more, they started in kindergarten, but it will go all the way up into 4th and 5th grade. And it's really working with the total and the part. It's that part whole thinking with students. And so that number bond is a big one as they're just starting into the Eureka curriculum. Up on the top with the number line, that's another one that starts in kindergarten, but will go all the way up into 5th grade. The great thing about a number line is it helps students understand the progression of numbers, but it's not only for whole numbers, it can also be used for fractions and for decimals. As we work our way down into that area models are more for the intermediate grades, and it will be used mainly in grades 3 through 5 when they're working with multiplication. But it can be used all the way up into algebra. Down below the visual models, the last one to talk about is tape diagrams. This one is a big one. They started off in 1st grade, but they will use it heavily all the way up into 4th and 5th grade. Now, I know that's something that maybe we all didn't learn, but I'm telling you, it is amazing when you learn how to use tape diagrams because it really helps you make a plan and put your thinking down on paper before you start to add or subtract or multiply. So it's just a great way to put a plan into place and put your thinking on paper. So tape diagrams are a big one.
Get that stuff in?
These are only a few of the visual models. There will be many others that you'll be seeing as you work with students in the grades K through 5. So let's go into word problems. And the process we have kids use when they're working with word problems is the read, draw, and write, or the RDW. So the R is for read. We want students to read word problems at least 3 times. So the first time they read, we really want them to understand the context, what's happening in the word problem. The second read is more about the mathematics and the quantities. What's happening? What are the numbers? What do those numbers mean? What are they attached to? The third read would be is what are we solving for? What's the question being asked? And let's make a plan. After we've read, we're going to draw. So the D means draw. We're going to draw a model and we're going to label it. Just like we looked at those visual models, those are the type of models we're talking about. That really makes a plan and puts student thinking on paper. The last one is write, and we're going to have them write a word sentence or a statement that answers the question from the word problem. By using this strategy, it really sets students up for success in grades kindergarten all the way up into grades 5. So moving on to Eureka Math materials, students may have been sent home a Eureka Math Learn book, and all of the books, student books, are green, and they kind of look like this. They might have a different picture, but the Learn book is one they'd use more daily, where if the teachers had them using it, it would have an application, a problem set, an exit ticket, and maybe even some templates that they want students to use in their math. The other one would be a practice book, and they wouldn't use that daily. It would just be, it could be more periodically, or maybe they only use it 3 or 4 times in a module. So those would be more fluency and sprints. And the Succeed book is the homework helper. Other materials that you may want to just be aware of is just knowing that Google Classroom, making sure you have access to that. There's asynchronous videos that students can also access that will help explain the different lessons for Eureka Math. And Zern is an online math support where students log in through Clever. You will also see that teachers are providing a checklist, and there will be a checklist for math and one for ELA. And this would be one to look at as just what's the learning targets and the success criteria, and what are some of the tasks and assessments. One thing I'm not sure I touched on, I want to touch on quickly, is the Eureka Math modules. Grade levels have anywhere from 6 to 8 modules throughout the year. So they will get other books, other module books as the year continues. Module 1 may only last a month, or it could last 2 weeks. So it just kind of depends. One other thing I wanted to point out is in the documents that you got about Eureka Math, there is a section, how can I learn more about Eureka Math? There's some nice resources here that you may want to check out, and if you have time and if you're looking for more. I hope this video helps, and I wish you much success as you continue on this remote education and learning and supporting students as child care providers. Thank you.